it's the Beginner Crafter. Welcome to another WIPtube, this time summarizing my January crafting. And it's been a good month. As you can see, I have quite a few goals already reached. I reached full level 3 on the Leto Sweater, and I'm going to show you the finished project. But I also have reached some level 1 and level 2 goals in my yearly 2025 goals list, so I'm super happy about it. And it really was a good month for me. January was pretty good, much better than I expected, which is cool. So let me show you what's going on. So first, the Leto Sweater. It's finished. I finished it by the end of January, and that's why it's the level 3 goal, because the deadline was until March. And I'm done much earlier. So here's the bottom, because it's a large sweater, so it doesn't really fit to my camera. I would have to put it very high up. I might later on show you the finished sweater from really high above. But everything is finished. All the threads are weaved in, at least all the ones I could find, because maybe I missed something. And I really like the sweater. One problem is that it is slightly too big, and it's not because of the design. It's because I lost quite a lot of weight, and when I was choosing the size, I chose for the size I was at when I started, and then I lost weight, and now it's slightly too big, and it's kind of oversized, so it's not really a problem. However, the neckline is a little bit, and the shoulder area, this one is too big, and I don't really know how it happened, because at first it wasn't so big, and I don't think I lost a lot of weight around the shoulders. So that's a little weird. But in general, I'm happy about losing weight. So now I have an oversized sweater. So if I ever put on weight, and I might, just because life happens, it will fit me perfectly. I love the design. I'm really happy I made it. So like once it's published, I do recommend buying it. And I've learned quite a lot, like this back ladder jacquard technique. It's really great for catching floats. I like it much more than the Fair Isle style knitting. So that's great that I have a technique I can use for the future. I still need to work on grafting, because here on the sleeves I misunderstood the instructions, and I grafted by knitting, and it left this kind of like a mountain range. I don't mind it too much on the sleeves, because it kind of looks like a design, because it's on both sleeves, so it's not really a problem. It looks kind of fun, but I didn't want it to happen on the neckline, so I grafted by sewing, but it also didn't work really well. And I remember there was a previous sweater where I grafted by sewing, and it went much better. So this is something I need to work on, because I don't necessarily get it, how it's supposed to be done. But let's hope in future projects it will be better, and I'll improve that. Okay, so the first project out of the way. Now my Wishbone sweater. That also got quite a lot of work done, so I'm super happy about it. I finished chart A, which may not tell you anything right now, but chart A was the part from the neck to basically where the shoulders are. And now the next part is dividing sort of and working flat the front and the back. So I this is the front, and I have it in my holders, and in the back I think I managed to knit like 2 rows, so not a lot, but it's already getting divided into front and back. So this is where I'm at. I haven't yet reached any goal and well, you know, it's just January, so I haven't really expected it, and I actually I didn't really expect to finish chart A in January, so I'm really glad that I went so far, because also right now I will have to pause on the Wishbone Sweater because I have another project to work on and it has a deadline, so I need to work on that first. I really love this design. The Wishbone Sweater is absolutely amazing. So far I'm having quite a lot of fun. Like, the only row I don't really like is the row with cables, just because it goes much slower than all the other rows. Other than that, it's not really complicated. It just doesn't go as smoothly as all the other rows. And that's it. Like, that's the only thing. So now the front and back, I think they also go according to a chart, but this time it's chart B, not chart A. So it's the same kind of design like here. It's just slightly different when it comes to stitches. There's no increases, for example, and so on. I have tried it on, but I didn't want to try to fit it around my shoulders yet, because I'm afraid my cable, my like this holder thingy will come undone. So I prefer not to push it yet. Maybe once I get it into a lifeline and a long holder, I'll try to fit it and see what it looks like. And so far, as you can see, there is no bulge around neck area on either side, I think Roxana from Knitted Moments was worried about, so I don't think it's going to appear ever. So yeah, the design is really great here. So I'm happy, but I'll need to pause it, I guess. I might work on it a little bit just to have some progress, but this kind of needs to pause because I will be starting a new project, and it will be a test knit again for Kutovakika. This will be a Picnic Cardigan, and this is my gauge swatch. This is how much I've managed so far. So this is my gauge swatch. I'm not really good at blocking yet, so it still rolls a little bit, but it looks like I'm spot on when it comes to the size. It is slightly longer than recommended, but I also think this is because of my blocking. I did try to like really make it long, because I did not think to block it 2 size. So I guess when I'll be blocking the whole cardigan, I will block it 2 size. I am making another swatch because this is the swatch for 4mm needles, and I also will have to check my 3mm needles, whether I'm good on size. I'll be using my stash yarn for this project because I have quite a lot of yarn that I have nothing to do with it. So the colors might be weird for me. And at first I thought I was using, what was it? Oh, it was the yarn from this Hapius crochet along Last Dance on the Beach. No, I don't remember the name of the yarn, but it's nice and soft. Then I thought, well, it might be from my Moorland blanket from Attic 24. But then I realized, no, it can't be from that because there weren't any colors like that, those pastel colors. And then I realized that this is most probably from Crochet Society box during the pandemic, where they sent a huge box of different yarns without really a project leaflet that they usually have, or booklet that they usually have, just 10 or 12 colors of yarn, and I think they were like pastel colors like this one. So I think this is this yarn. Color Crafter, that was the name. For Color Crafter, I lost some of the labels, so I'm not really sure which yarn it could be. But the Bella Coco yarn from Crochet Society never had any labels, so that's why I wasn't really sure. But I'm just going to use that because I will not really use it for anything else. And when I was thinking about buying yarn for this project, I realized I might not really have the time then to work on the sweater. So I just went for stash busting. But that's why I really need to make gauge swatches, because it's not the yarn recommended by Kutovakika for the project. And now crocheting. So I've got my Lotus Rug. Yeah, it's huge. It's getting bigger and bigger. So this is the border that I'm now working on. And I am on row 65. And this is how much yarn I have left. So not a lot. Unfortunately, they don't have this yarn in stock anywhere that I've looked. So I'll need to wait for it. God knows how long. I hope it will come this year so I can finish this rug. Because I'm really close. I'm on row 65 and there are 67 rows in total. So now I just have to wait before I finish and let you look at it. So let's hope it will appear in February and I can finish the rug in February, but we'll see how long it takes. And it sucks. It really sucks that I think I need just one more ball. I don't think I will need more because now the rows are British double crochet stitches and American single crochet stitches, so they don't eat a lot of yarn. The last row is actually slip stitches, so it takes even less. So I just need one ball of yarn and that's it. And I remember when I was buying yarn in December, I bought all they had. It wasn't like I miscalculated and ordered less. I ordered all they had. And now I'm still waiting until they have more. And let's hope it happens pretty quickly, because I really want to have this rug finished finally, and and start using it. Probably not really as rug, more like a tablecloth, but still, I want to use it finally. I've worked on it for quite a long time and I want to finish. And then I started a new project with crocheting, and this time it will be a rug. This is using my giant cake that I got for Christmas. And this is spin me around rug. I will get information by whom it was. It's a free pattern as far as I remember. And I think I found it on Ravelry. So I think even if you just put a name, you'll find it, but I will post information about the designer. It's really fun to make, quite easy to make as well. I think it works pretty well with this type of yarn that changes color, so the rug changes color as well, but it doesn't really create problems with the pattern. So I'm super happy with it, and I'll just keep on making it. Now that I look at it, it's pretty big already, and I only used like this is the third color change, and there are at least 5 more. So I'm like not even in half of the bowl of the cake. So I'll see how big I want to make it, because it already looks pretty big. It's not like very huge, but it is pretty big already. So I'll see how long I want to make it, because I might use until like the next color, because then the colors start repeating. So I'll see whether I want to have 2 colors of everything, or maybe repeat just the one that is in the center to have like a repeat in the center and on the outside. We'll see how the size goes, because the pattern only goes until row 12, I think, and then you just repeat 3 last rows until you make the size you want, and that's what's happening. And like I said, it's really fun to make. I like working on it, so it's a lot of fun. So I'll just be making it. I'm not sure how much I'll get done in February, because like I said, I have other things to focus on. But maybe I'll get a few more stitches done here. Oh, I also wanted to share that I bought new needles. I actually bought a set from Chiagu. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, and I really like them. The line here is super soft, but sturdy. I haven't had any problems with it disconnecting. I have bamboo needles, and they are really nice. The only thing I don't necessarily like, although I don't know if it's a regular problem of these needles or it was a problem when I was working on the Leto Sweater. This, I'm not sure if it will focus on nicely. Oh, this moment of putting the yarn from this part to this part, it's not very smooth. So the yarn keeps snagging, at least for me. Maybe if I get more experience with those needles, it will get easier. But so far, this is the only problem that I have with those needles. And I bought the whole set of them. And I actually bought them because I needed a size for the Leto Sweater to have, because I needed to keep the other needles in the sleeve before I learned how to graft. So I decided to buy a whole set. So I've got quite a few of those needles and they are really, really good quality and I like it a lot. And the last thing is cross stitching. Start with Miranda, which is my main piece for the year. Ow! So, what I managed to do is kind of engineer the joining of the canvas. And it's not perfect because you can see more or less where the join is happening because the stitches are like a little bit bigger and they don't cover the canvas super well. But I'm not too mad about it. Like, it's better this way than have something else done. But because in here I had to go through basically 3 layers of canvas, it took me a long time to go through that. And also my hand, well, this one, I hold my canvas in this hand because I couldn't really use any hoop at that point because I had to control where these canvas were connecting and stuff. I needed it to be more or less straight. So I couldn't work on hoops or a Q-snap. I had to hold it in my hand and just I had cramps in my left hand because of that. So it was a pain to work on it, and that's why I started the page not as usual from like the row up, but I went this column here so that it's done. It's not fully done. I think there's also a bit around here that belongs to this page, but I just decided to move here because I also couldn't use the hoop on the first row because it just wouldn't work well. It's too close to the margin, but now I can work with a hoop, which helps a lot and makes me stitch a little bit faster. I did manage to finish one color also, so that's a milestone. In January, I stitched 3,500 stitches, a little bit over that. I'm at 42.77%, so it's nice. And I guess if I didn't have to work through this problem of too small canvas, I would have stitched more because I wouldn't have to take so many breaks to work on some of the grids. So I'm basically back at the sky, and it will be a sky for a long while before I can move on to the sea. But somewhere around here there's going to be a lady, so you know, some fun stuff will be happening, but definitely not for a while yet, I think. Although there is something happening, I can see from the symbols in the app that something is happening like 2 rows down, but I can't say if it's the head already or just clouds, for example. I'm not really sure. I guess when you'll be watching, I will add the poster for it, that what it's going to look once it's finished, and then we will see if it's the lady or something else. But so far it's the sky, which is pretty good because there aren't that many colors to work with. I don't need to rethread so many times, but I did have to buy threads because I ran out and I needed the same color again So I bought some, and I can stitch and stitch and stitch, so that's great. Another project I worked on is the 2024 Blackwork Stitch Along, and I did have to change the goal for it. I talked about it in my 2024 wrap-up video. I will link it here and I guess on the card. And once I started working on it, like in the first 2 days of January, I think, it just went so smoothly that I decided I have to change the goals for it, because I will finish level 3 goal in January, which would mean that the goal wasn't well planned. I don't mind finishing goals like level 1, level 2 in January, but level 3, apart from the Leto Sweater, which sort of had to be done in January, that wouldn't really be fun. So I redid the goals. I am now level 1 finished. I'm close to finishing level 2, but I still have a few grids to go. But it was fun to stitch on it, and that's why it went so well and so fast with it. So really nice progress here as well. And the last project I worked on was Avarice, although I didn't really work much. I think I lost love with Avarice after it being my focus piece for the ending of the last year. So it wasn't as much fun working on it this time. I did work slightly on this area here, but in total I only put 423 stitches in here. So I'm at 16.01% of Avarice in total. So I think for February I will just kick it out of rotation and not work on it at all, to get some fresh air, let's put it this way, and return to it once I feel the love, because it really wasn't fun working on it this month. It felt like work, like punishment, so not the feelings I want to have when doing a hobby. So I'll be taking a break from it, and I hope in March or April even, when I get back to it, I will start feeling the love. I have other projects to work on, so it won't really be a problem that I'm not working on it in the near future, but it really wasn't a lot of fun this month. And I think that's it. I think that's all I've done in January, but like I said, it's pretty a lot. I wasn't expecting such progress, especially with the Wishbone Sweater and with Spin Me Around rug. I was pleasantly surprised with those things, and also the Blackwork project also went much better than I expected. And that's why I had to change my goals for the year. I also changed the goal for Miranda, but that was because I made a mistake planning the goal. I did not see that something that I planned for level 3 actually had to be done before something that I planned for level 2. So it just didn't really make sense to keep it as a goal. If you've liked the video, please click the thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!